What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Chris. Welcome back to Game Chat. You know the vibes. Today, I am doing 3 shocking trades that are going to happen this NBA offseason that will catch you off guard. I know it's kind of like a Bleacher Report title. Got to get them clicks, though. You know, the clickbait. So yeah, these 3 trades are trades I've came up with myself. Haven't seen any reports alluding to anything like these trades happening, but I believe all these are dark horse trades that I think and I see happening. Now, these trades are slightly based off of like small reports like players wanting out or players being on the block, but that is it. These trades are raw. I promise you, I haven't seen any mock trades like this. And yeah, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Pew pew.
Just had a fuck off phone call with YK for an hour. He said, mashallah, my brother, you deserve this, now it's in your power. It weren't that long ago when I had no hot water, I couldn't use my shower. So I don't know why the fuck, man, I'm making rumours up, you look sour.
Okay, I'm back after our beautiful intro. And let's get into the first trade. So our first trade is going to be called the Celtics find their point guard of the future and small forward of the future. And the San Antonio Spurs get their franchise focal point. Now, this trade consists of Jaylen Brown heading to the San Antonio Spurs for a 2022 top 5 protected first round pick, along with DeJounte Murray and Keldon Johnson. Now, the reason I believe the Celtics should accept this deal, if it comes anything like this comes across their table, you get a great young wing in Keldon Johnson, who is a soon-to-be elite defender, I believe, and an already elite defender in DeJounte Murray. Imagine that backcourt of Marcus Smart and DeJounte Murray. That is locking down every trio, and that will allow you to bypass teams like the Nets. The reason I think the Spurs would do this is probably because I think they're trying to find that next guy to start their new era, which could have been Kawhi, but of course we know how that worked out. With Tim Duncan not being there, all those errors passed, I think Jaylen Brown could be that next guy for them, and I think he could also attract players to come play. Like, I believe John Collins is in rumors now to go there, and who wouldn't want to play with Jaylen Brown at this point? Like, he's an elite player, and he's not going to hog the ball. He's going to let Collins get his shots, unlike how he was feeling in Atlanta from Trae Young and his treatment there. And yeah, so both those teams starting lineups next year would look like DeJounte Murray, Marcus Smart, Keldon Johnson, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, or Robert Williams. I believe that's the best defense in the NBA. I think it's wraps, bro. Bring on the 18th banner without even signing Bradley Beal. No, I'm just kidding. That would also save the Celtics $8 million free agency to spend elsewhere. Now, for the Spurs, I believe starting lineup would look like Derek White finally playing point guard, even though him and DeJounte have kind of been like co-point guard sort of thing. Him playing point guard, Lonnie Walker, Devin Vassell at the shooting guard spot, Jaylen Brown at the small forward spot, DeMar DeRozan re-signing possibly now that they traded for Jaylen Brown and are committing to pushing for the playoffs. It's year after year after year after year. Or, like I said earlier, John Collins. And who I believe they should take with the 12th pick, Alperen Sengun from Turkey. Or you could keep Jakob Poeltl there and possibly trade the 12th pick for a veteran big man, because there's probably plenty of teams out. Maybe even try to acquire Jared Allen and sign and trade. That's all I'm saying, bro. The Spurs could be a dangerous team next year with I think it's $54 million they have next offseason. So, yeah, that is the first trade. Let's get on to the second. Okay, we are back with trade number 2. Raptor fans, I hope you like this one. This one did take me a while. I was trying to find the perfect Pascal Siakam trade. I don't know if it's necessarily perfect, but I think it is perfect for the Toronto Raptors. Let's get into it. So, we have the Charlotte Hornets acquiring Pascal Spicy in exchange for the man, the myth, the legend, Devontae Graham, PJ Washington, pick 11, pick 56, and Burn Carey from Duke. Shut up, my boy. Now, the reason I believe the Raptors would do this is because you are capitalizing on some good value for Pascal. You, of course, acquired Devontae Graham in a sign-and trade. You're getting PJ Washington, who can be an elite stretch big in the NBA soon. Maybe when Chris Boucher's contract expires, he is your power forward. pick 11, you can take a guy like Alperen Sengun, snag him from the Spurs, which does kind of affect my former trade, but we're going to act like that never happened. And then pick 56, you can take a flyer, maybe develop him. We see the Raptors do that all the time. And Vern Carey can be a quality backup center, potentially a starter at one point in his career. So the starting lineups for both these teams would be, let's start with the Hornets. The Hornets would have LaMelo Ball at the 1, Scary Terry at the 2, Gordon Hayward at the 3, Spicy P at the 4, and this does set them back a little bit cap-wise, but if they release a couple cap holds on guys like Malik Monk and people who aren't going to be contributing to their long-term plans, they can go ahead and sign a guy like an Andre Drummond, a Montrezl Harrell, or an Nerlens Noel. Maybe even JaVale McGee. I feel like JaVale McGee could be the perfect center for a team like that, and I think that's a scary Eastern Conference team. Same thing with the Raptors side of it. Fred VanVleet, Jalen Suggs, OG, Boucher, and Alperen Sengun is what I believe that lineup would look like in a trade like that. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty good one because it makes both teams better, and the fit's there, and I think still being able to take Suggs at 4 and have a good center for the future in Sengun, I think it's an amazing job. And then for the Hornets, you're trading away assets which you aren't seeing in your long-term plans for things that are going to help you further your future with LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier. Maybe this will make Terry Rozier want to re-sign long-term with the Hornets. So yeah, on to our next trade. Alright, I say for the final trade, we put the hat backwards, you know the vibes. Okay, so our final trade number 3, is between the Minnesota terrible franchise Timberwolves and the Ja Morant Grizzlies, the Memphis Grizzlies. So yeah, this trade consists of Malik Beasley and Jarrett Culver being sent to the Grizzlies in exchange for Brandon Clark and 2 second-round picks, 1 in 2021, 1 in 2022. Now, the reason I think this trade benefits both of these teams, one, the Grizzlies get another elite scorer. I think Malik Beasley could be an elite player next to him. Sure, there's questions about defense in that backcourt then, but you have guys like Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson. Jonas has improved as a defender. You can always go out and sign good wing defenders. You'll be just fine. And Jarrett Culver, maybe you can turn him into something. Maybe you can just turn him into a spark plug sharpshooter off the bench. And then for the Timberwolves, I feel like this is a safer trade than trading away D'Angelo Russell for Ben Simmons, because that may piss off Karl Anthony Towns, because he was the whole person who really wanted to play with D'Angelo Russell because they are best friends. Now, getting Brandon Clark I believe is other than Ben Simmons, the best running mate to put next to Karl Anthony Towns. You're getting an elite defender who I believe was an all-rookie first-team or second-team player. I think it was first-team in his rookie year. He had a down year. He's going to bounce back, and I think he can be a 15-10, 10 at power forward, 6'8". Or 6'9", I believe. He's a tremendous, aggressive rebounder, and I think he can average at least maybe 2 blocks per game during certain points of his career. Now, I think this makes a decent amount of sense too for the Grizzlies, because you're making the decision right there. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be our guy, and we're going to make sure we can keep Jonas Valanciunas at center. Because if you don't make any trades involving either one of those power forwards or Jonas this offseason, you're either going to cause Jonas to leave because you're just going to have Brandon Clark be frustrated as a 6-man his whole career, and I don't think he wants to be a 6-man his whole career. So either you're going to play Jaren Jackson Jr. at center, which I do not recommend, and then Brandon Clark at power forward, which would be a solid thing, but then Jonas is gone and he's going to go sign somewhere and continue to do what he's doing. And I don't think you give up on Jonas Valanciunas right now. He's just continuing to get better each season. So yeah, guys, that is the final trade, and just going to wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed. If you did like this video and you want to see more stuff like this, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know if you agree that you could see trades like this happening, or they make sense and they made you think deeper into the NBA. So yeah, guys, it's Chris from Game Chat. Peace out.